Let's just talk normally, man. I don't want to do all that. We're going to continue.
Okay. What the hell are you on?
I don't know. I just finished a good boxing session and I feel on top of the world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Michael Scott when he gets on this ship. I'm the king of the world.
I love this woman. Oh, mate. So I was watching that while I was boxing, while I was kind of hearing it in the background.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. For some reason, it's just one of those things that, like, you know, some people like function on music.
Yeah.
I function on watching that show.
The Office.
Yeah, like I don't even need to watch it. I'm going to town on the bag just by like listening to Dwight Schrute.
It's because we know what's like. We enjoy it, obviously, but we know what's happening, so it's like you don't need to concentrate. You just from the dialogues, you know what's going on.
I feel like there is a psychological kind of thing attached to it because when I listen to music,
yeah,
I'm literally exhausting every ounce of my energy. And when I watch this, I'm more in kind of rhythm and I'm more in control of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just helps me immensely.
Yeah. That's good.
It keeps going. Are you working out at the moment?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Mainly just doing push and pull.
Push and pull?
Yeah, abs as well.
Man like rain, you know?
Yeah.
Grind all winter, shine all summer, innit? Did you watch the boxing on the weekend?
No, I didn't. I was so upset. I didn't watch it.
Did you watch the highlights?
No, I haven't.
Mate.
Was it the Tyson one?
Yeah, Tyson, Roy Jones Jr.
I'm so annoyed. I really wanted to watch it.
I mean, the main event was obviously Jake, the legend, Paul.
Oh my gosh. I haven't even seen that one.
That guy, I swear to God, man. As easy as it is to hate him, like I can't knock him. Like he does everything he does, just kind of it gets talked about, and he's like the Conor McGregor of YouTube. Like he will get defeated. Like someone will punch his face in. Like make no mistake of that. Like someone's going to put their foot in his mouth. But so far, that can happen, and he'll still flipping make his bag.
Did he win?
He won. He knocked the guy. He knocked Nate Robinson out.
No ways.
Nate Robinson. When I started watching basketball, Nate Robinson was unbelievable. When I saw him the first time, he was like crossing over kind of LeBron and the Miami Heat and all that. And he was just the only player who I ever saw that did anything like that to LeBron.
Yeah.
And I kind of started to admire him play for the Bulls, for the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
And obviously he's quite ambitious with what he kind of does. And that, it showed in his game as well, in his basketball game. But I mean, for him to take on a boxing match, kind of showed he wants to try a bit of everything. He was quite athletic, but I think like when you look at the difference, and there's an obvious reason why there's different weight classes in boxing.
Yeah,
and it really showed that kind of thing. So
yeah,
but it was good. It was a good fight. There was a knockout. I think he got knocked down a couple of times before he got knocked out. But yeah. This whole thing, this YouTube thing, it's scary how big a platform it is.
Yeah, I mean it's taken some time, maybe not too long actually, when you look at it, because they've integrated so well. Like from a platform that you just put your household videos on to like having a proper TV experience now, and even cinema at times.
But it's just there's so much money in it, so I can understand why it works. But
yeah,
is it sustainable? I think. Boxing is one of those sports that no matter, where you're from, what you're interested in, seeing a guy potentially getting knocked out is interesting to most people.
Yeah.
It's a sport, but I mean, it's not the same as football or, cricket or NFL or anything like that. It's just primal 1v1.
Yeah.
So
in terms of like revenue, if you're doing on YouTube, they're so good at targeting ads.
Oh, big time.
Data from customers and stuff. So getting revenue is amazing.
They get crazy sponsorship, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to continue. I think it will just continue to grow. You'll just see more and more YouTubers getting that bag just up boxing.
Yeah.
It's good.
Like even, what was it? Amazon Prime, when they show Premier League
Yeah,
live
yeah,
match.
yeah.
I love it. It's so the quality is so good, and it's just they
I feel
have
like
nice.
that's where everything is going to shift.
Eventually, it seems that way, doesn't
Just
it?
online streaming everything.
It seems so perfect, like the way it all
Sky,
works
do you
out.
know what? I think Sky need to come out with their own streaming service. And I know they have like Sky Go and stuff, but I think if they have like um kind of specific streaming um options, so like just sports, and it's just like a Netflix thing. And I know we discussed, like everyone's discussed, oh, football should be like Netflix, whatever. But I think if
Yeah,
Sky can do that and monopolize the market, I think they can just bag up everyone.
yeah,
Like if they just charge their customers £10 a month to just for Sky Football,
yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like they would easily bag everyone.
Is there something like that with the Now TV?
Yeah. So you can buy like a week pass or a month pass,
Okay.
but like it's quite pricey at the moment for most, and you don't get all the games and all that kind of stuff. So I just think like they're in the perfect position to do that. Maybe they're just waiting it out, waiting till everything kind of you know calms down a bit, and then they'll be like, oh, look at us, we're the big daddies.
Yeah, Sky Daddies.
Sky daddies.
Sky Daddies.
So then there was Tyson Roy Jones Jr.
I who won that? Like, I'm gonna
It was a
spoil it for.
draw. It
Oh,
was
it
a
was a draw.
it was a draw.
Okay. Was that at least a really good? You know.
It was like an intense spar session,
Oh, is
and
it?
I think Snoop Dogg, who was commentating the fight, every fight, which is ridiculous. I think he should commentate most fights.
Oh,
The entertainment value was ridiculous,
yeah, yeah. I can.
but yes. So Tyson Roy Jones Jr. Tyson obviously slimmed down a lot. They kind of had to get to the same weight,
Yeah,
but he looked really good.
yeah.
He looked scarily good for a 50-year-old guy, but I don't know. He kind of, when you look at his eyes when he's boxing,
Yeah,
he kind of turns into kind of an animal, and you can sense it.
yeah.
Like they were telling him, there's not going to be any knockouts. There's going to be an exhibition fight, and you could just tell in the back of his head he was going, "Nah, fuck that." And I don't know. It was a good sparring session. Roy Jones Jr. I don't know if you've seen a lot of him, but he's one of the greatest, one of the quickest in the
Yeah, I'm
ring.
aware. I'm aware.
Yeah,
I've never seen it. Him fight, but I'm aware of like his reputation.
yeah. So he kind of takes his shot and then moves, slides, and he did the same thing.
Yeah.
It was really quite interesting to watch, but overall, what Snoop said was it's like watching two uncles fight at a barbecue in the hood.
Do you want that's entertaining as well? So,
Well, I mean, it was pretty spot on,
yeah.
and to be fair, I would pay to watch that as well. So
Not Conor McGregor smash an old man at the pub.
not on a mobile phone. I'll watch it. I'll watch it on a stream, on an illegal stream.
Yeah.
Other thing that happened, very sad thing, in fact, what happened the day that we released our last pod is for most people the greatest footballer of all time, Diego Maradona, passing away.
Yeah.
It was extremely covered. The coverage for this thing was ridiculous. And you would expect it, but at the same time, to see the scale at which he kind of the mark that he left on Argentina and football in general, it was really quite special to see, everything that went down.
Yeah.
To most people, to most people above, the generation above us, he was the greatest of all time. I think that the thing that people kind of resonated with was his personality as a person, and I know, that there was a lot that was talked about, in terms of his lifestyle choices and all that kind of stuff. But he's really worshipped, and I didn't realize until it happened how huge he is in Argentina. Did
Oh
you
yeah.
did you manage to see any of the murals and just the mourning and everything?
Yeah. I mean, I saw bits of it, but I knew it from It's a strange one, actually. There's this place in Camden Town, Argentinian little store, and they have a picture of Maradona, Argentinian as well. So even across the world, he's like worshipped.
Yeah,
He's
and
worshipped.
for him to be worshipped in this country,
Yeah.
who he famously scored against with his hand, and never apologized for it. By the way, he was like, I'm not sorry."
That's probably his winning mentality,
That's
to win at
pretty
all
gang.
costs.
I can't lie.
Yeah.
He was a proper, yeah. I mean, he's a cult hero.
Yeah.
But obviously ridiculous ability. But yeah, very sad, and it's I think the mark of a real legend is what he kind of leaves behind, and I think what he has is the eternal kind of love of his own people. I don't think he ever kind of wanted to go into the lifestyle of being this big king, that wants to live lavishly in some European. He obviously was in love with Napoli, but in Naples where he played, but he chose to go back to Argentina and live his life there because why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I respect it. And then he gave us several extremely funny moments. I remember seeing a video a few years ago, and he was a manager of I think it was a club, or must have been his country. I can't remember, but there's a video of him on the bench, and he kind of turns to this guy that arrives to him, and the guy's giving him handing him something, and all these coaches on the side kind of stand up and kind of cover him, and everyone assumes it's him kind of doing a line because that's what he's kind of like, so I don't know
as well.
yeah, there's been several of those moments.
Yeah. I saw a really nice tribute. It was at the the Chelsea Tottenham match. It was at the beginning. They instead of having a moment of silence, they applauded and they clapped
Yeah,
in memory of him. I thought that was just amazing way to tribute someone who's brought so much.
yeah, but I mean, he is football, isn't he? So I think
Yeah.
I had this discussion with someone else about
Mm-hmm.
Lionel Messi, and the mark that he'll kind of leave, and I think that their lifestyles will be very different. I think Messi's quite settled in his personal life kind of thing, so I don't think he'll kind of go the Maradona route. But it's amazing what one person can achieve just by playing the sport. No,
No,
it was quite incredible to see everything that happened. I think respects were paid, and I think the whole football community and sporting community kind of came together and honoured him the way he deserve to be honoured. So
yeah, that was good. That was really good.
But yeah, rest in peace to the greatest man.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, and obviously talking on football,
there's one thing that I definitely want to talk about, and you know it as well.
What is it?
That was the match on Sunday.
I can't lie, I'm quite happy we didn't do a preview for it. Honestly, and I'm happy we didn't do a post-match just after either, because my God, that was boring. How boring was that? Honestly, I understand people are gonna give me all these tactics and everything, but that was so boring. I don't think I've seen a more boring big game in my life.
I enjoyed it a bit. I did enjoy it a bit, at least. I could see us attack. I mean, we were being safe, but I saw us creating chances. I felt that we didn't finish them, especially Tammy Abraham, which I'll get into later. But I did see us create chances, and we may have played safe, but I felt that even playing safe, we could have easily won that game if we put the chances away.
Sorry, how have you managed to come up with more than 5 words to describe that game? Because to me, my goodness, like if I see another game like that, I'm retiring from football. Like, this podcast is over. I'm not even doing it anymore. That was so flipping annoying, and it was. I know there were people saying tactically Tottenham won the battle, and Jose Mourinho did what Jose Mourinho loves to do.
They didn't win the battle though.
I mean, they came away with a point, so technically, I think that's a bigger point for them than it is for us, because we have to go to theirs now, right? So at this point, when they're top of the table, do you know what I mean? Like, going
I
to
mean, both
Tottenham.
sides lost 2 points against each other at the same time. I mean, you could say, yeah, when we head there and all that, okay, but it's depending then. If they do win it over at home, then okay, then yeah, they've won this battle. But if they lose it, then then they've lost it, haven't they?
I get that, but it's too early for it to be a deciding factor. I think they're just kind of prodding along, and they've got a good. Mourinho's. I know Mourinho flipping inside out by now because I've seen him do this everywhere he goes. But he kind of he loves to win big games, but I think he only wins them when he feels he really needs to. If he feels like it's one of those games he can kind of just avoid a defeat and then move on and then go on a kind of win streak, I think
Yeah,
he chooses that option. He's quite pragmatic like that.
he has
And
that persona, doesn't he?
yeah,
Like in the interview as well, he said, we're like a pony in this title race. Like he loves to be the underdog, doesn't he? Loves to place himself as the underdog.
yeah. I remember he called us a small horse when when he first came because
Yeah,
we were third. And he
yeah.
goes, "Oh, Liverpool and Man City." This was in 2013. The
Mhm.
Liverpool and Man City, they're the big horses. We're a small horse. We need to be fed. We need to be, kind of trained, and then maybe next year. And obviously, credit to him, we won the league the year after.
Yeah.
But I think that's what he did with Tottenham on Sunday. I think he
Mhm.
came there thinking these guys are quality, so let me just take a step back, defend, not give them many chances. Who, by the way, I think we could have done a lot better, ourselves. But I
Yeah.
think he kind of closed the game off whenever we tried to build up and hit them. For me, that's 2 points lost for us. That's 2 points drop because we're at home. We're against the Tottenham side that not great. They were there for the taking essentially, but you got to respect what Mourinho set out to do. He's done it with us countless times. We can't just turn around and say, "Oh, he's boring football. He plays boring football and anti-football, whatever." Which is what everyone was saying. You know,
Mhm.
to me, it's kind of planning ahead and being smart about it because it's a tight schedule ahead. You need your players fit and.
They have a really tough set of fixtures coming up as well in December, don't they?
I mean, everyone everyone does.
Yeah.
I don't think there is an easy fixture when you have so many. Within a short space of time within that 1 month.
Yeah.
So I think between they were saying between before the weekend between the past weekend and the new year, there's about 80 Premier League games, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Wow.
So it's just jam packed with football, and it's. I mean, we saw Raul Jimenez against Arsenal fractured his skull, unfortunately, which is obviously not a fatigue related injury. It's just, kind of putting a lot of pressure on players to deliver week in, week out and not allowing the clubs a chance to kind of fix themselves, within a decent amount of time. Even things like recovery and all those kind of things. So I don't know. I think the season just planned a bit weird overall. But just
Yeah.
going back to Tottenham, I swear I haven't talked about Tottenham this much as I have in the last week in a long, long time. So once I'm done with this, I'm done with them.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's see how it goes. I still, think we're on a good path. We really good. Um, Big positive was that obviously kept a clean sheet.
Mhm.
Defenders continuing to deliver, continuing to look good. I think Kante was fantastic as well. I think for me, he was our man of the match. I think he was the one that kind of eliminated a lot of threats coming. Tottenham love playing through the middle.
Yeah.
Um, Reguilon as well. He likes going down the sides, but I think Reece had him on lock for most of the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
That's good. What did you think of Kovacic? Because I thought he was really good.
what do I think of who?
Kovacic.
He was good. He was good. Do you know what? I love the guy, and I like him.
Hmm.
Um, but he just doesn't, that punch. I think he's a player you can admire
Yeah.
for how well he treats the ball.
Yeah.
But it's criminal for me to even say this, but when I see Mason Mount,
Hmm.
I just want three Mason Mounts in my midfield.
Yeah,
Do you get what I mean? Like just industrious, robust, hardworking, technically very good, and just overall the whole package.
yeah,
Like I said on the last one, he gives me everything I want. Um, but on the other hand, Kovacic, he's great on the ball. You love to watch him get out of tight spaces and kind of eliminate the press. Um,
played some good passes as well forward.
yeah, I'm not. I mean, I wish he just did a bit more. That's all.
That fine, just shooting outside the box, something like that.
Shooting, kind of attacking the box more.
Yeah,
Making more threatening passes and
yeah,
um,
being a bit more dangerous.
yeah, just kind of being a bit more on edge, having a bit more bite.
Yeah, I
You
get
know,
you. I get
getting kind of crunched into tackles and all that kind of stuff. Like, I love that. I love when a midfielder gives all of those things,
Yeah.
and that's why I compared Mason to Steven Gerrard, is because those are the ultimate midfielders, the guys that can do everything. Patrick
Hmm.
Vieira could do it, Roy Keane could do it, Frank Lampard used to get stuck in sometimes, but
Hmm.
those kind of midfielders for me, proper Premier League bred midfielders, and I think we've got one of them. I just now see the thing is I've always admired Kovacic, but that was until I've seen how good Mason is.
Really?
Yeah, and it's a big statement, I know,
Yeah.
but I just feel that midfields with a Mason Mount would it's such a big call, but I think they'll achieve a lot more than midfields with Mateo Kovacic.
Hmm. Okay.
And that hurt. I mean,
That's a lot.
I don't mean any wrong by it. I just
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, I know that this is a player who's played for Real Madrid, but he's won the Champions League 3 times. And for you to say that, that is a big
no, I
statement.
understand. I don't think trophies kind of speak to a player's ability or what they contribute because, I mean, I know players that have won the World Cup and won the Champions League without playing a single minute, and players who have played and given constant 2 out of 10s, but just been in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
Um, I respect that he's won it 3 times. I respect that he's got all the accolades that he's done. But um, overall, I think Mason Mount will go on to achieve more than what Kovacic has done in his career. And I don't mean he will win 3 or more Champions Leagues. I just think he'll be more respected as a player when he retires.
Yeah.
Just from what I see right now.
Hmm.
You know. But there's no doubt. I mean, having Mateo Kovacic makes us a better team. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
I'd rather have him than someone lesser than him.
No, he is really good at what he does.
Absolutely. He's a good dribbler, and I'll give him his credit. He was really good on Saturday, on Sunday, but yeah, man, I just want a bit more now.
Yeah.
I'm too invested in this team. I'm too invested in like flipping us just absolutely bang, like,
Yeah.
taking everyone out. I'm just ready for it.
Miss those dominant games.
Yeah, just
Cut.
possession on mass. Get
Yeah.
Havertz back in, man. Watch it all
I
change.
miss I missed this. I was so hoping that he would start off this game because I just felt that he has that flair, you know, just to win a game like this.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have overlooked what he is about just
Yeah.
because they don't watch 90 minutes of Chelsea, which is, I
Yeah.
understand, like you can form an opinion based on highlights or, compilation videos and all that stuff. But like I've seen what he can do, and he is extremely good on the pitch. He creates so much space for players to kind of play into and pass around, and technically so good, man.
I'm just waiting for him to get, closer to the box, being a bit more attacking, and I feel like he'll do so well.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what it is. We didn't lose, which is good. Um, I mean, I wish we could have won that, but we move. We've got who we got next. Oh, we've got Champions League next, haven't we? Sevilla on Wednesday.
Okay. That'll be a good chance to see if we've progressed or not.
I mean, it's just games every 3 days, which is
Mm.
great for fans, but I don't know, man. I feel like
Yeah.
everyone's, clubs are kind of living on edge right now.
I feel like Tammy and Werner need a rest for that game. I don't think that they should
But
start.
then you take them out, and then what do you do?
I'd like to see Giroud starting and Hudson-Odoi starting as well.
Pulisic's fit now, man.
Yeah, but I don't like. I get
Don't
worried now every
what?
time
No,
he's.
no, I don't want you to finish the end of that sentence. What did you just say?
No, I think that he needs some time to really get to pace with it. You know, get some more, get some bench. You know, get on the bench. Come off the bench and get some minutes. Then get a bit more accustomed to it, and then start games. I
And
feel like,
the guy has noodles for hamstrings, man.
yeah, and I think that Hudson-Odoi, you know, he's the games that he's been playing, he's been quite good, so he
Yeah,
deserves that start at least.
I agree. And we could keep singing his praises every time, but unless he kind of does what Frank asks him to do, which I still don't know what it is. Like I still don't understand what it is that he needs to do because every time he's on the pitch, he's effective. He
Yeah,
affects the result directly. So and he's working hard. He's getting back, tracking back, doing his defensive work. So why is he not playing?
he has a presence as well on whatever flank he's playing as well.
He's way better on the left, but he's been delivering on the right. So
Yeah,
what is it that he's not doing? I don't get it.
exactly. I think that it's just been Pulisic's injuries like coming in and out. It's just been
I
a
have,
bit of confusion for Timo Werner and Tammy Abraham both starting
I have
because
to add one
form
sec.
as well.
I have to interject. Sorry,
Yeah,
Werner's been trash on the left.
yeah,
Trash.
yeah.
And for Callum to not get a start over him, I think is criminal right now.
They should have just put Werner back as back as a striker.
It's
Right in the middle.
easy, and I get Tammy was on good form and all that, but come on, man. Like it's a joke. Like our whole attacking fluidity is just ruined because Werner's just incapable of being, a kind of link up. Well, he's good at link up. He's just not a good passer. His first touch is sometimes just off. You never know what you're going to get. But when I think when what he's really good at is just kind of running in behind, and his finishing has pissed me off a couple times this season so far.
Yeah.
But it will get better. We know he scored, in excess of 30 goals last season, and he's been doing it his whole career. So we know he's a good finisher. It's just it is what it is. But I just don't find him effective on the left at all, man.
Yeah, I think they just need to place him back in the middle, and it'll be fine. Have a proper winger on that left hand side.
Yeah.
Just, like, what did you think when Pulisic was playing? It felt really natural, didn't it? It looked like that's how it's meant to be on that left hand side.
Yeah, it was good to see him back. He had a beard.
Yeah,
Guy looks hairy, man. He looks like a hairy dude. Flipping hell, that was a healthy beard. Jeez, I wasn't expecting it, but yeah, I mean, he's one of those players. He kind of needs his pace. He relies on his pace a lot. Technically, he's obviously very good. He's good dribbling and kind of weaving through defenders and all that kind of stuff. So, it's good to have him back. He's one of those really useful kind of players that will, kind of win you a game. He's like, what Hazard used to be, for us for years. But we've got like 3 Hazards now.
name them.
Yeah. I mean, them combined makes 1 Hazard. I get it, but
Yeah,
he is when he's fit, he starts. It's as simple as that for me. He's that good. But I still think Hudson-Odoi deserves to be playing when he's when Pulisic's injured or whatever. I just think there needs to be equal opportunity, and he needs to be more more of an impact player when not an impact player, more of a regular selection when we're playing Premier League. We can't just use him for easy Champions League games and kind of bail us out when we're drawing or losing or whatever. So I don't know.
yeah.
Let's put some respect on him, innit?
Yeah, of course.
And I think he, to be fair to Lampard, he's still working it out, and he's still can't rely on one thing too much. He's if what happened against Sheffield doesn't continue to happen, and we don't continue to get results at some point with the same team,
Mhm.
he'll be forced to change it. And in that event, kind of you don't want him to be out of options, and players to not kind of have any chemistry. If we play a certain personnel, and I think what he's doing right now is kind of testing the waters and seeing what does work and what doesn't work. I think he knows what he can get from Callum right now, but he doesn't really know to what level he'll get from Pulisic, Werner, Ziyech. So it's all about kind of creating a good chemistry, between them, and kind of having attacking schemes among them, where they kind of understand each other's game and each other's movement. And so I'm not mad at it, but, I still think we should have done better.
I think the defense and the midfield for now is it's set. It's just that those front three, and I mean obviously Ziyech has decided so it's more the front, the two of them. But
Yeah,
I think that just needs to be decided.
yeah. Did you see any of the other games?
No, I didn't really get the chance to. I didn't even see what happened to Jimenez. How did it happen? The injury.
Yeah, so Jimenez, Arsenal playing Wolves yesterday,
Yeah,
and I think it was a corner or free kick. Ball comes in, and David Luiz goes for it. Jimenez goes for it, and the sound that came, it was just a coming together of both of them. You could hear the flipping skull crack. It
oh
was really bad. And I remember Ryan Mason, going through something similar like that. When we played Tottenham all those years ago,
yeah,
and it's not a pretty sight, man. You do worry about it. Czech went through it as well. Um, yeah, the skull is just one of those scary, but they said he's comfortable and he's chilling basically right now, but
yeah,
um, there was a lot of talk about, head traumas and all that stuff in sport, needing to deal with it better.
yeah.
Um,
Heading the ball and stuff. What was it? Ex footballers having dementia after they
yeah,
recover and stuff. Yeah.
yeah. So they were saying children shouldn't be heading the ball,
Hmm.
for their age until they get to a certain age where their skulls and their brains are fully developed, and it can kind of sustain those kind of impacts.
Yeah.
Um, and I completely agree. I think there was a study in the NFL as well where players wear helmets in that sport and they still have I forget what the actual condition is called, but it's basically when the brain is shaken around the skull too much when they clash,
Yeah.
it causes severe conditions, and there does need to be more done about it. I don't know how much you can do about it in football because heading the ball is such a huge part of the game. You kick the ball away, someone needs to win the ball, and the head comes in. I mean, I don't know what can be done. It needs to be kind of dealt with properly. There's calls for concussion protocol to be, players taken off while they're getting looked at and treated, and having a substitution just for that period of time. And if the player can't continue, then the sub stays on. If he can continue, the sub comes off, which I think is a great way to deal with it in the short term, at least.
It's so essential, isn't it? Headers to the game, so you can't really take that out. But then you have this issue that comes up as well.
Yeah, yeah.
How you can deal with it?
It's
Who knows?
traumatic.
Maybe in the future there'll be helmets that are that are quite easy to
Can you
attach.
imagine
Yeah.
footballers just wearing helmets, everyone. But that's not a bad idea. Rugby players do it.
Yeah.
So,
But
I mean, it
it
would
would have
look
to be
stupid for a footballer.
it would have to be really well shaped because you can't have it too big, otherwise then you're gonna
We
as
can't
soon
have
as
it
you
heavy
jump,
either.
you're just gonna be like an anchor from your head.
No,
Everyone's gonna need like shoulder pads and neck
everyone's
braces
turning
as well.
into Giroud, flipping bullet headers all over the pitch.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
So, I mean, it was quite a dark weekend, all things considered, man.
Yeah.
Starting with Maradona, and then what happened to Jimenez yesterday, and obviously in the F1, Roman Grosjean,
Mhm.
racer for Haas F1, got into that really bad crash. He crashed into the side. Did you see the video, or did you
Yeah,
see?
I saw the footage. It was, yeah, it was quite
It
scary.
looked crazy, man. It was just one of those weekends, isn't it? Just everything just went wrong.
Yeah,
Mad.
yeah,
And I'm thankful, grateful nothing happened because he is a really good driver and contributes so much to the sport. But the images that came out of that were ridiculous. Did you see the car just kind of smash into the side and everything just goes up in flames? And there's like a video of him climbing out, and it's I swear to God, someone said that's the perfect picture for his autobiography.
yeah. I heard that as well.
It's just like him just flipping climbing out of extremely big flames.
It was really sad. I think he burnt his hands and his ankles.
Yeah, he got like minor burns. So I mean,
Yeah,
he was okay, but it is scary when you think of it. Those cars go. I know it sounds stupid, but those cars go ridiculous speeds, and the fact that they can control them and maneuver them and win races the way they do, flip it out, man.
they also need a good team for that as well. So it's a really interesting sport.
Yeah, they get uh, the best is when they're on the team radio and they constantly just arguing with their team about pit stops or what is he doing, why is he coming in front of me, and all this kind of. It's so funny, man. That loads of things that have happened this weekend, man.
Yeah, boxing. Well, I mean, sport of boxing, football, F1. We've covered those things.
Yeah. Oh, COVID.
What about it?
We've got a vaccine.
Yeah, that's what was it, Oxford?
I was wondering how long we could go without talking about COVID, and it's episode 5. But yeah, they found a vaccine, several vaccines.
Yeah, 90% success rate. I think there's also I think it was Oxford, in Oxford team. I don't know their name. There's also one in
Moderna.
something like that.
Moderna,
Yeah,
yeah.
and there's also one in America as well.
Pfizer.
Yeah, yeah.
So Pfizer, and I think there was another one which I can't remember now, but Zeneca.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're like 94, 95, and then today they come out with the Moderna one was apparently 100%.
Oh wow.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah, I think they were looking to. They bought 5 million vaccines.
5 million.
Yeah, which they're planning. Yeah, they're planning on putting. They said that they would get it done by I think the end of October. They were planning on getting on using that.
Do you reckon people are going to like line up? Do you know how they do at the Apple Store before the launch of like a new product? Do you think people are going to line up outside their GP, like waiting for the vaccine?
I think that'll be quite worrying because then it spread maybe. That I don't know if it would work if they just post it in people's house. Similar to how they
just do it on themselves, just flipping clear, bang.
Yeah, they'll probably do one of those centers. Where they have to go to get it done.
Right.
I have no clue. I'm just talking out of my ideas, but
knowing nothing.
Yeah. But that's what I'd imagine.
Yeah.
It's quite good. So, I'm a student here at Cardiff University. And
why are you shouting your university out? Why is your university getting free coverage?
I just want to say that no, we can opt to get a test.
This is not a paid sponsorship.
It's not a paid sponsorship, but we're able to get a free test, which is quite nice. We can just book it, and we go to
what free?
Yeah.
To be fair, they're all free. What am I talking about? The ones they charge for are the ones that you order at home.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So what is your thing?
So we just book it. We go to the site, get it done. They give us the results via email in about 24 hours.
24 hours, yeah.
That's quite good. But there is something else that if you're traveling, so I know Spain do this. If you're traveling, you have to get a special kind of test, which is more accurate, and they require that for you to enter the country. So there is a bit.
Shouldn't all countries do that though?
What, the harder test?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so, but I don't know. None of them do it.
I feel like everyone's just been extremely vague about everything that's happened so far.
Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, we're going to sound like we know what we're doing, but really we don't.
I mean, that just summarizes Trump's like the
All right. Let's not.
compilation.
Okay, I'm not. This is not a platform for politics. I mean, it could be, but we are not going there. I am supportive of everyone's choices and how stupid they decide to be, or whatever.
No. I'm just not a Trump agenda. I'm just saying the
Stop
compilation
saying
I've
his name, man.
seen. It's like that scene from South Park where was it Carmen starts swearing
How are we gonna? You
at
know what?
nobody.
We're gonna get cancelled before even getting started, just because of that. You've caused that. That's your fault.
Uh,
You've done it. You're bringing Trump supporters, to murder our podcast. How do you feel?
this didn't age well.
It didn't. I mean, it didn't age well a minute ago, and it didn't. Still not aging well.
Not as I said, it's not an agenda for the TRUM. I'm not going to finish off the last letter that you
Saying
don't
it like it's
me.
flipping Voldemort.
He who must not be named.
I know, but he is. I mean, right now, I mean, I don't know. People always have an opinion about everything, but I feel like no one's really talking about him, and I feel sorry for him because he made a real effort.
What? You spoke about agendas and politics, and now you're saying this.
No, the human.
What sort of effort?
I don't know. I'm just trying to help. I don't know who, but I'm sure someone out there appreciates it.
Okay.
Probably not, but
I did do an article about the stock markets following the announcement of Trump when he was elected as president and Biden as well, which I found quite interesting. It was quite a difference, even though Trump is known for his tax cutting and initiatives to help out these top corporations. The stock markets in at least in America, they surged way more when it was looking like Biden would be the next president. And after getting announced, the same thing happened, and even international markets as well. They also surged. Quite a digression, but just a general conversation.
why is it? Why was there a surge in the stock market? Is it because does it have anything to do with left wing, right wing politics, or what is it?
It's more about kind of certainty, at least the lack of uncertainty. With Trump, you don't know what's going on. I mean, he started a trade war with China.
That was just a regular Tuesday for him.
Yeah, just tweeted it one day, like, hey, China.
I'm going to miss that. I'm going to miss his tweets having a direct impact on the world.
Like, I declare trade war. Yeah, it was comical. I don't know if
comical.
Yeah, no, it is. I don't know if there's been any like artwork, that you get those in magazines and stuff, like cartoons, like The Economist, for example. They do a lot of cartoons and stuff. I don't know if any of them have done that about him tweeting, because I think that's iconic.
He is iconic.
It shows such a change in the times. Imagine a president tweeting, their plans and stuff.
Mm.
And reaching out and just announcing it to the whole world that way instantly,
having a real actual direct impact on the stock market as well. Like he just has to press send. Do you think he was ever monitored? Like he was ever not monitored, but like proofread?
There's I think it's called compliance, is it?
Okay, but right? He didn't tweet from. He tweeted from his personal account. He didn't tweet from his POTUS account. So do you think there was any filter on that?
I'm sure that there is. There must be. There must be. I mean, to be in that sort of position. I mean, even CEOs of companies and stuff. Even if they're speaking from their personal account, any sort of messages, they have to get it checked by the compliance team, because it could change so much. I mean, Elon Musk tweeting, "Oh, I think the stocks are too high for Tesla," and then it instantly plummets.
Dropping, yeah. That was flipping hilarious. But he's the second richest man on the planet, so he did something right, I guess.
Elon Musk is second richest?
Yeah, he just went in the past week. He just went just behind Jeff Bezos.
Oh, amazing! Wow,
$128 billion.
Amazing.
That guy,
Yeah. Wow.
I could talk about him for hours.
Yeah. Such an interesting
Yeah,
thing, man. Yeah. But no, I think going back to the Biden thing as
yeah,
well,
yeah, yeah.
spoke about Trump uncertainty, but also with Biden, he has a lot. He's had some agendas like to do with, for example, environmentalism. Like a lot of energy market, like the energy market, it also surged a lot after there was it became a bit more clear that he would be president. Like him and Harris. Wait, what's the name? Harris? Yeah, no,
Kamala Harris.
yeah,
Yeah,
Harris. Yeah, they had a campaign about investing in solar panels and stuff, getting them into houses and all that. So they benefited a lot. I think the guns and ammunition market that went down a lot after Biden became the front runner.
but why? Because it's never done that before. I mean, I know there's been a lot of talk about like gun control and stuff, but there have been Democratic parties, in charge of the country. Um, obviously, guns were never affected because they still have the laws in place.
Mm-hmm.
But why would that happen?
I think they feel that he would make steps towards getting it more either monitored or just trying to either. I don't think that he'll be able to completely close off that market, but putting on some restrictions. I think the idea is that that's what will happen if once he's president. So
Mm-hmm.
it's very responsive to the beliefs of the market in general. What policies are going to happen, because that can affect whether you're selling tomorrow or not.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, it is a very strange country. It's so divided. No, truly, it is. It's so divided
Yeah.
on so many levels and so many kind of for and against opinions on everything. There's and that has, like I said, a direct impact on people's lives. Daily lives kind of thing. But yeah, hopefully get back to some normalcy soon, and the world will be a normal place. What is normal? I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, we'll have to find out in 2021, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Quite insightful. I'd like to do a whole hour about kind of the world economics, and everyone loves to talk about the impact of COVID. Everyone has an opinion about the impact of COVID, but I really want to talk about the facts and what's actually happened, and how it's affected things. So we'll do that on another one. But yeah, this was good, man. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No.
No?
I'll bring it up in the next episode.
No male problems.
No, I haven't. You don't follow The Mandalorian, do you? You haven't been watching it.
I'm 29.
Yeah, of course you are. Star Wars applies to anyone.
Baby Yoda, like I'm 29, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you watched it or not, but no worries.
You're gonna have to find another person.
Yeah, I know.
Nah, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is fun, and like I said, Sevilla next. We've got someone on the weekend. I can't remember, but hopefully Sevilla bring my appetite back for football, man. Mourinho completely took it away. I'm sorry, I got pissed off with that.
Yeah.
But hopefully we're back to normal. So.
That's what he does best, isn't it? He just.
Yeah, and I used to love him for it.
Yeah.
But now I'm just moody.
Yeah.
Oh man, it is what it is.
Don't worry. I'm sure that we'll get back to it. It'll be nice to see some dominant games, and I think we can do that.
Yeah, definitely. We'll get back to it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right, nice one. Cheers for that.
Nice.
I will catch you soon. Take care and goodbye.
See ya.